Ray, I could hear it in the sound of your voice way back in minicamp how pleased you were with the efforts of these guys have made, the pitchers have made in the off season. Now that we're a few weeks deep into spring training, how pleased are you with the progress that these guys have made?
It's really nice. What we're doing is I told them we're going to get our swagger back. The process has begun, but how do you get your swagger back? You get your swagger back by attitude and effort, whether it be PFP, whether it be a sideline, whether it be a team fundamental, whether it be play and catch. We're doing things the right way right now.
You look at some of the starters that have been added to this team since the trade night that last year. James McDonald, Kevin Correa, Scott Olson, all these guys. How important is depth going to be for this team? Obviously, every team needs to have it, but it seems like the quality of the depth is getting a lot better.
Oh, definitely has improvement. I think Neil and Clint have really done a good job in their homework and in providing that, because no matter what you do, you usually go through 10 starters during the course of the year due to injuries and stuff that way, and hopefully we don't go that far, but it's always good to know that you got something to pick from and that somebody can fill that spot until that starter is healthy again and he get back in the swing of things.
Neil did a great job of building the back end of the bullpen in 2010. He's done it again in 2011 with the additions of Joe Beimel and Jose Veras, and in addition to what you already have. How important are those guys that you see they're going to set up the ball for Joel in that ninth inning? Obviously, the guys that don't always get the press and the great coverage, but these guys seem to be a pretty impressive group.
You know what? Number one, they bring professionalism to the table. They bring experience. It's not their first go-around, and they can help the younger guys out there or the guys that are having trouble out there. They're very, very let me put it this way, their work ethic is outstanding. It's off the chain. And that has seemed to be carrying over to the other young pitchers that are in camp right now. And with those two guys right there, Beimel and Veras, and you got Joel, who's got a good idea, and you got Meeker, who's got a good idea, and you got Resop. I mean, we're looking pretty good right now.
Jeff Carson's brought up a great point on the caravan, talking about the back-end guys and the starters. But the middle guys, the guys that are going to bridge that gap, it seems like you have some good quality depth there as well.
You know what? Those are the unsung heroes, because that is where the game is going to turn. With Jeff, who did a tremendous job for us in various roles. He knows what his role would be and what it entails. And the biggest thing is he'll be able to convey that to the other guys who are in that position with him, or if not with him. If he's in the rotation, that's great, but he'll be able to give that experience and that knowledge to those guys that are in there and help speed up process.
You have a simple philosophy: one pitch at a time, one hitter at a time, one inning at a time. When you were a player and you were going through your career, who did you look to? Who was your big influence in your career as you were when you were in the big leagues?
When I was in the big leagues, there were various different people, but the biggest person that a lot of people would know would probably be Raleigh Fingers. Really helped me out tremendously in the X's and O's in the game. But, my catchers were the guys that really helped mold me and get me to where I needed to be by not outdoing my quality of my stuff or trying to throw the ball harder or be tougher or anything like that. It would have to be Raleigh Fingers first, and definitely my catchers, because I always room with a catcher. Not another pitcher.
One of the great stories of this spring has been the guys from Altoona that won it all last year in the Eastern League, the pitchers from there. What have you seen out of these young guys? Rudy Owens, Brian Morris, Jeff Locke.
What I see out of them right now, work ethic, outstanding. Wanting to learn and absorb, off the chain. Fear of failure, zippo. It's a win-win situation for them. They all have quality stuff. The only thing they don't have is experience. And they're getting little dribs and drabs of that in spring training right now. I really like the composure and the poise that they bring to the table when they're out there pitching. And it's really, really nice to see young kids like that who are a little bit more mature than the level that they're at.
Some of the guys have said when they have a bullpen with you that after they're done, they feel like you make them feel like they're Cy Young. what is that? What is that like? What does that mean to you to be able to you more so adapt to the pitcher rather than the pitcher adapting to you? Why is that so important to you to use the talent that they already have within them?
Well, that's the whole key. Is we get into some guys get into a thing where they want to try to clone everybody. No, what I try to do is I see what I got. I try to make it the best it can be to be a major league pitcher, and then you stay within the restraints because God made them the way they are. If you start altering major things, then you're going to lose them. You'll have a lump of flesh that you're trying to, build into something. But my philosophy, down there in the pen, is when they do something good, let them know they did something good. That's going to create reinforcement. That'll help. Then the next pitch, they get pumped up because sidelines and stuff, the adrenaline, the intensity should be there. And in some cases, it's not. So what you have to do is you got to try to prod it a little bit and get it going. And it's not BS. It's all honest stuff. And what I do is I just try to be me and take what they got and try to make them the best they can. It's not quantum physics.